And we back.
Yes, y'all. DJ Ambush on the ones and twos. Yes, y'all. Welcome to the Klyph Notes live podcast, man. It's so dope to be here in the building live with a bunch of people. Yo, Ambush, what's good with you, bruh?
Chilling, man. This has been a pleasure. I learned a lot in that last interview.
That was really, really crazy. So to everybody out on Twitch who's tapped in, man, welcome back. Shout out to Tyrone Hendricks for coming through. To everybody who's listening on the podcast stream, what's up? This is the second interview that we're doing live. We're in the Welcome Dome in Pioneer Square. I got DJ Ambush on the ones and twos, my guy. So if you didn't catch the first interview, I just want to run back a couple things. So this is my second time here in the Welcome Dome. I was here last week with DJ Ambush, and we did the bodega. We did a joint called No Requests. I think we've settled on we're gonna call it No Requests.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that because that wasn't a one-off. That wasn't a one-time thing.
I'm addicted to that now.
Come on, bro.
I'm addicted to that. No requests. We don't get the people what they want.
Exactly. Yeah. So looking forward to doing more of that with my guy DJ Ambush, man. Want to give a couple of shout-outs. Like I said, man, this is the In the Welcome Dome, Pioneer Square, Portland, Oregon live situation. It's the Klyph Notes podcast live. Shout out to the Numberz for being just a supporter of the Klyph Notes podcast. Very, very grateful for them, man, and to be able to do this as a part of the Numberz podcast network, the Portland Black Podcast Festival.
Spring.
Yes, first one.
Yes.
Of many. We're gonna continue to do this, man.
We're gonna run it back in the fall.
Come on, say that, bro. Say
Absolutely.
that. Come
Absolutely.
on, now. So shout out to the Numberz. Shout out to Acapella Apparel for being a continued supporter of the Klyph Notes podcast, man. My guy DJ Renz is in the building. Renz, what's up?
Hello.
You can check out Acapella Apparel on the web at akepele.com. They are they support us, but they make dope gear, man. I mean, stuff that you can tap into, get ready for the summer. And so definitely check out Acapella Apparel. Big ups to X-Ray FM for their continued support of the Klyph Notes podcast. And of course, my people over at the 5-7 Collective. It's definitely dope to be a part of that. Okay, got that out the way. Oh, no, I got to run some other stuff now. Hold on right quick.
Got to pay bills.
Exactly, right? So for everybody who's watching live, we'll let you know this Saturday night, I get an opportunity to be on the microphone, just like on my MC-ish, with DJ OG1 and DJ Juggernaut. We're going to be at the Get Down for the 90s, the throwback party. It's going to be DJ OG1, DJ Juggernaut, DJ OG2. You should come through. It's going down at the Get Down.
I'm sorry, did you say DJ OG2?
Oh, yeah, see, bro, you ain't know about that, bro.
I'm glad you asked for clarification. Like Soul Brother number 2.
What?
Yeah, okay. Bro, DJ OG2, a.k.a. Nate Jackson, man.
That's what I thought.
It's a family affair. You feel me?
Man,
it's a family affair.
Okay.
So that's going down Saturday the 28th. So if you in the Portland area, come through. If you're watching this on Twitch. I'm trying to see what else we got going on that's coming up that you want to. Well, I will say this. You should, if you're not, you should buy your plane tickets right now, because June the 9th, you definitely want to be in Portland, because we are doing at Mic Check at our original home. We're doing our sixth anniversary celebration. It's also going to be the album release event for Libretto and Vitamin D's Rusty Blaze project. Special guests are coming through. I'm doing a giveaway. If you come through, look, man, just come through because it's Mic Check. 6 years, celebrating 6 years. Really, really excited for that. That's going down on the 6th of June. On the 5th of June, My People's Market are doing their situation. I'll be there just playing some cuts. You can come through for that. Juneteenth events are coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then the next live Klyph Notes podcast is going down on the 23rd of June with Mighty. So keep that locked into your calendar. Those are the events you should know about. But if you go to djklyph.com, DJKLYPH, all of that is on the calendar. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into a conversation with my guy, Rasheed Jamal, back in the building. What's good with you, bruh?
And nothing much, man. You know, just been taking it easy. How you been, bro?
Bro, look, I can't complain, man. I cannot complain. It's funny to say that you taking it easy.
Yeah.
Because you always just so even keel, just chill, don't hear nothing. Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, here comes a project.
Yeah, it's kind of like swans, like they're very graceful creatures. but underneath, the feet are going crazy.
Word up.
So, I think we all got that a little bit around
Say
here.
that, bro. Say
Yeah.
that. We were just talking to Tyrone Hendricks, and he was talking about his next project, that the next single that you're on with him, and we kind of talked about that connect with y'all, to be able to, and you just shared some stuff with me that I didn't realize. But let's just start off by saying, to be able to connect with an artist like that, and just in terms of a creative space, that's got to feel kind of good.
It's fun. Like, I like working with musicians because they have more, they can just put, I don't know, sometimes I think about songs like playing Sonic the Hedgehog, you know what I mean? And Sonic can go in all types of different directions, and I feel like musicians, they have more room to bend. Like, they can change into a completely different song in the middle of a song. They can put something there that sometimes just strictly electronic, if you're just producing or like a beat maker or something like that, you can't necessarily get so abstract. And it's always like very original when it's coming from a musician, especially one that knows what he wants or she wants.
Right.
So yes, I enjoy it. It's cool.
It's funny that you describe it that way, because, as I was saying to Tyrone, man, if you didn't hear the Tyrone Hendricks interview, please go back and check that out. But I was mentioning to him, seeing you perform with the live band, I think is definitely something like really special. And what you just described, I think you put into words what I sort of felt. Yeah. That watching you with the live band and being able to like navigate through that space and not being able to be locked in, not being required to be locked into the recorded production, like
it's easier.
But it's like it fits you. It fits what you do, how you move.
It's because I grew up in church, so it's growing up. My granddaddy, my grandmama, my mama, my cousins, they were all in the choir, and I could sing, but I was too shy to sing in front of everybody, so I didn't sing in church. But I ended up being in chorus in school, and so they give you all the little rinky-dink songs they teach you in music class. But like, I was really low-key learning how to put songs together then when I was a little kid. And I found out later on as an adult, I had an uncle that was a prodigy. He could just pick up anything when he was a kid. No lessons. He just learned. He just knew how to play everything when he picked it up. And funny story, my Uncle Paul told me that, it's my Uncle Tim who I'm speaking about, they broke into the high school when they were in high school. They broke into high school and broke into the band room and played. And he said that mother played every instrument in there. Oh, wow. He played everything in there, put it back, and we left.
That's crazy. So just to have an opportunity to be in that space.
Yeah, so I grew up knowing that Paul played blues, and I knew that, everybody was in choir, and I had cousins that rapped and different stuff like that. But I've always just kind of tinkered with stuff when I'm bored. I'm an only child. So I got to be at home, and I figured out that you could get sound out of plugging the headphones into the microphone jack and hitting the dub button on this. So I started recording over the top of the radio, like I was the dude on the radio. I was the DJ, or I would add ad-libs to the end of a song, and just that type of stuff. And that's when I was a little kid, and I didn't realize. I had my friends over, and we do the same thing, and I didn't realize, bro, you learning how to record. And so you look up all these years later, and you still have never really let this thing go, as far as it's just something you like to do. So, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. So you mentioned something that I was going to get to a little later, but I'm actually just going to get to it right now. So I had a chance to, because I hadn't seen you. It might have been the first time that I had an opportunity to see you since the whole pandemic jumped off. And we were at the Numberz, and just catching up a little bit. And I was like, yeah, man, what are you doing? How's life? This, that, and the third. And you were talking about that you've been busy, you've been doing stuff. And you said something to me, and I didn't realize it at the time. And then when you said it, I had to go check for it. And so I checked for it, and I didn't realize that you had released this little, I guess we could call it like a 3-song EP.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing this up now because you said in the past you didn't sing. Yeah. But you singing on this joint, bruh.
Yeah.
So High Tech, Low Life.
Right.
Which is a project that you released that's, I would say, different from anything that I'd heard you release. I think to date, yet something that felt very much a part of who you are. Like it really fits with your with how you
what I'm really like.
Yeah. So was that something that? So I guess we should say so. It's a 3-song joint. Control Alt Delete are the 3 songs. Where did the idea or the concept to create a song to create a project that's not what I was used to hearing from you in terms of you being an MC?
Well, that's really what I like to listen to, So like, I have logged thousands and thousands of hours of listening to music, and I have a really wide array of stuff that I like to listen to. So I think in the time that I was working on that, I was going through it, really. My granddaddy was, his health was rapidly declining at that time. And it was just kind of like this 6-month period. It got really cold outside. I think that I also, within that same time frame, I stopped drinking. So that was 4 years ago. So like I just stopped drinking one day, So after about 3 months of that, I just started getting ideas and memories and stuff that I hadn't had for a while. Wow. And then I started working through certain stuff. So I was listening to a lot of Nirvana. So at the time I was listening to Nirvana's Unplugged album, and I was listening to Alice in Chains' Unplugged album, and I was listening to a lot of System of a Down. I was also listening to, Tyrone mentioned Seal a second ago. I was listening to a lot of Seal, like his first project when he had dreads. Hey Joe, I like that song a lot.
Love that song.
That was a song in particular I was getting ready to mention. That, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. I probably listened to that song like 1,000 times in that time frame. Yeah. So like, I just really felt like, I've always wanted to do this. I think probably the first rapper who I heard really do it, if I'm gonna keep it real, is probably that the first rapper I heard rap over rock and it sounded tight to me was Lupe Fiasco. Okay. When he did Japanese Cartoon. And Japanese Cartoon was dope. Hello Goodbye was dope. And it was just these songs like I could just play loud in my car, like when ain't nobody in the car with me. Right. And I just, really like when songs hit a crescendo, So I think that's where they came from. I just wanted to make songs with crescendo. And then at the same time, I just really wanted to vent some of what I was feeling into some songs. Yeah. Now, at first, that was actually going to be a longer project because there's more songs to that. But that summer, I put out that 3-song project, a 6-song project, and a 9-song project. And in my head, I felt like I was building the 3 pyramids. Like I had the Great Pyramid, 9 songs. I had the middle one, then I had the little one. Yeah. And I dropped them like July 4th, like 13 days into. I was like all scientific with it. Like I do that with a lot of my songs. You know what I mean? Like I put one out on the solstice. I put one out, shortly thereafter. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in dog days. So like, just me playing around and enjoying my own path. Yeah. Because I feel like as much as some people really make music to get famous so they want to get here or they think it's going to get them a whole bunch of money, I've also seen a lot of people be very unhappy when they achieve that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've seen a lot of people with, like, forgive me, but K-Dot just put out an album, and I feel like he's being really honest about what he's been going through as a person, having achieved this position, and everybody coming to him asking him for something, but feeling like he's not getting what he needs from his environment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, seeing that and just seeing other people in general, it kind of changed my idea of, like, how do you want to pursue music? Do you just want to stay on this alchemist journey? Yeah. And see where your life takes you? Yeah. Or do you want to keep pleasing people? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I just started making music I want to make, and it's been cool for me, It's funny that I wanted to, it was a question I knew that I wanted to ask you during this interview was about the Kendrick album because a lot of people have, like, let's just keep it 100, bro. Like, we live in a time where everybody can make their voice heard. Yeah. For good, good and bad. Right. So you've listened to the album. And
I think of you when I listen to that album because the first time that I listened through and somebody asked me what I thought about it, and I was like, man, it's dense, right? And when I think about listening to projects that you make, that's what it reminds me of. Is the projects that you make are really, like, there's so many layers to what you do. And now, mind you, we've had an opportunity to have conversations.
Yeah.
I've had an opportunity to interview a number of times. So I have a sense of,
Yeah.
like, the stuff that you do is not just, like, there's, just like you described, there's definitely thought behind it. And you balance that with really what you just said. We live in a time where you talk to artists and they feel like, yeah, I gotta keep putting projects out. I gotta stay in people's, in their head. I gotta continue. And that's not how you move.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, when you listen to the album, when you listen to Kendrick's album, is there any sort of, like, does that resonate? Does his process and what he releases, that resonate with your process at all?
Well, I think we're both definitely different people, but me and my girl talk about this a lot because, like, she was like, this dude got to be your cousin or something, because y'all are just too much alike.
Yeah.
And our lives have a lot of parallels that is funny and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'll be stuck in that person's shadow because he's such a huge artist.
Yeah.
And, I've had a lot of people write and call me Portland Kendrick Lamar instead of just me being Rasheed.
Yeah.
Because I'm just being me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's a Gemini, I'm an Aquarius. We the same age.
Yeah.
Our mama got the same name. Like, we grew up with some of the same people. Like,
That's
literally
crazy.
his best friend moved to my neighborhood and became my best friend.
That's crazy.
When we was in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it was just, and I didn't know that until last year. I went home and my homeboy mama told me that. And she was like, yeah, I used to be at my house all the time just like you.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Just with his big old headphones on. And, and it's other stuff. Just like, I feel like since we're the same age, we went through a lot of the same stuff. We grew up in a similar community. Both come from big families. So, like, we were actually listening to my girl. She pulled up a YouTube video of a critic, a music critic. And, like, he admitted, hey, man, I'm just some suburban white dude listening to this whoopie wop wop.
Right.
But some of the things he was talking about where he was kind of criticizing them for having this savior complex. And I put out a project called Messiah Complex. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if I can be somebody that's an artist that can make a comment to try to help people understand that, when you come from a certain place where you have a gift that can uplift the people around you, that's all you can think about doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Think about Nipsey Hussle. Think about the guy who did it best so far is Jay-Z. Because he's been able to keep his family relatively untouched and change a lot of people's lives and give people jobs and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to be able to do that because we see that as the epitome of success. We came from here to here, and if I can do it, I'm going to do everything I can do to get there.
Yeah.
But let's say you're successful at it. Once you become successful at it, now everybody's success becomes your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's heavy.
Like,
That's heavy.
I'm going to mess up this paraphrase, but I heard Donald Trump say something. Dun, 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 Donald Trump. But he said something that, like, it made him make sense to me in my mind, just him as a entity.
Yeah.
He was like, if I'm in debt for $3 or $4 million, I have a problem. If I'm in debt for $900 million, we have a problem.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
So, like, I think that, somebody like him, he's come a long way, and then somewhere along the way, he figured out, money wasn't going to solve what I feel.
Yeah.
And it's not that money's a bad thing. It's just the fact that money's not going to change what the choices my cousins make. It's not going to change the choices that my mom and uncle still don't get along like they supposed to.
Right.
It's not going to change the fact that this and this and this and this needs to happen, and I can't be there all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that he's just getting to that point in his life where it's like, I don't want to keep having to go to a painful place in order to make good music. Kanye West said that. He said that, I can't remember when he said it. I think it was either Graduation or it wasn't Dark Twisted. But he said, I'm finally to the point that I don't have to go to a dark place. I don't have to be in pain in order to make good music.
Yeah.
And, it's difficult to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to go from, a lot of rappers got a lot of struggle raps about where they came from, and like everybody can talk about, I was broke, I didn't have nothing, I had to go to hustle. Ain't got no struggle.
Right.
In trouble.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody can do that because where we come from. So it ends up becoming the culture. It ends up becoming what it is. So it's okay for stuff to be messed up.
Yeah.
It's okay to not respect each other. It's okay to not, it's okay to say, okay, you disrespect me, I'm gonna shoot your kids. You disrespect me, I'm gonna shoot your mama house up. That becomes what people think you're supposed to do. Just like you thought you were supposed to be a player. You know what I'm saying?
That's so heavy, B.
So it's like,
that's so heavy.
But that's not who we actually are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not who we have to be.
Right.
Like, I don't have to. Why do I gotta make music to make everybody feel what we already know is going on?
Yeah.
Why can't we do something different?
Yeah.
And I feel like, people expect the dude to come out with something that was just beating everybody up. Like, he was gonna come out like
just coming at people.
Yeah, like just come out and diss everybody in the world, burn every bridge, be angry, be fiery, Kendrick, be this, be that, be wild. And he was like, nah, I've been in therapy actually. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about smashing a bunch of chicks on here. I'm trying to work on my relationship. I just had 2 kids.
Right.
And people, let a man grow up, man.
It's so funny, bro. Like, I don't know if it's a conscious thing. And again, bro, this is just my perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's mine too. I could be wrong.
Right. I don't know if it's a conscious thing or if it's just sort of how you're built. But I feel like through your music, through conversations that we have, through things that you do share on social platforms, like you're always educating. Like you're always always saying and doing things that make people just stop and think. You know what I mean? And I think that to be able to find ways to do that in a way that is digestible through whichever medium you're in, like you consistently do that. Like I said, whether it be an interview, whether it be music that you drop, whether it be a social media post, like to just, at the very least, to pause and go, I thought about it that way. And maybe create an avenue for people to go, let me dig a little deeper. Right. Let me go do some research, or let me reach out and ask a clarifying question, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like, do you think about it that way?
Nah.
When you just, how you move, I mean?
I don't. Like, I just spend a lot of time in, like, I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. We just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? I make plenty of mistakes. I, at one time, had a horrible temper. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very cool and I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. I'm a good dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm a Southerner, bro. Like, I'm from Arkansas, bro. We low key off the chain. You know what I mean? So I was raised right, and I know how to treat people. And so, like, I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. So if I can put somebody up on game about something, cool. Yeah. When I started rapping, I like Tupac a lot. But when I think about like top 5s and stuff like that, I thought I had to be like Tupac. Right. So like most of my life, I thought I had to be like Tupac. So I was attracted to rappers that had their styles reminded me of that. T.I. You know what I'm saying? A lot of 3 6 Mafia, a lot of 8 Ball, MJG, a lot of UGK, Jay-Z, once I found East Coast rap, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Nas, all that. But, the rapper that confuses me all the time, that like, so like, I can't memorize none of his verses because I'm too busy listening, is Black Thought.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't rap a Black Thought verse to you, bro, because I'm still listening to what the dude said. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, for me, a Black Thought, a Nas, Jay-Z, Scarface, and then 5 is a kaleidoscope.
Okay.
You know, it could be MF Doom. It could be Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
It could be Method Man.
Yeah.
It could be, bro, when the last time you listened to Return to 36 Chambers?
Well.
Like, if you get in the right mindset, maybe you got insomnia.
Yeah.
Maybe you did shrooms.
Yeah.
Maybe you smoked a little bit. ODB is a genius, bro. Like, he was absolutely genius.
Yeah.
Even on that Woo-Ha remix, like the part where he was like trying to rap backwards and then throwing in punchlines. You know, Hassan was a genius, bro.
Yeah.
So like I don't say I nerd out. I'm definitely a nerd. I like to just listen to music, listen to jazz, and watch documentaries. So I think that I've always wanted to have to continue to learn and to continue to grow and to continue to transform myself into the highest version of myself that I could reach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there was a point in time where I wasn't able to access that, but I kept learning.
Yeah.
And I've had to go through all of we all live our experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I see certain places where I could tell people like, okay, you're not growing no more. You know, but it's not my place to judge you for that, but you're not growing no more. And you kind of settled on this point of view, and that's the point of view, and that's where you at with it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not for anybody else. It's literally how I like to spend my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So trying to understand what went on in the past. Like, we're going through a terrible economic time right now, just in general in the world. And we want to act like it's normal, but it's not.
Right.
Things have opened up, and they're not really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is far from normal. You know what I'm saying? So what was going on in 1980 and 1981, how similar was it to now? You know what I'm saying? Has this happened before?
Yeah.
Is the world really about to end?
Right.
Or is it terrible right now, and 20 years later, when this happens again,
Right.
we're going to think the
forget.
world's ending?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
200 years ago, were there big earthquakes, and did cities fall apart? Is this a continuous cycle? Like, what happens when the earth gets mad, and it really does earthquake? For real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
happens then?
Yeah.
Like, how much does this internet culture really mean to us at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, when all the convenience goes away.
Right.
When there's no convenience and your feelings don't matter no more.
Right.
I'm not talking about nobody in particular, anybody.
Right.
And I feel like that's a point that the dude was trying to make on his album.
Yeah.
And it's something that I feel like we talk about this stuff all the time, but you ain't supposed to talk about it out loud.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because, I mean, we live in a real time. Like, serious. Like, it's super serious out here right now.
It's funny, bro, because one of the things that I believe is that so much of what exists now, we've created opportunities for escapism.
Yeah.
Right. And so, man, I've had a hard day. I just want to veg out. So now I have 200 different streaming TV options, so I can just sit down and just veg out. Or, man, let me just tap in, and then social media becomes my primary news source.
Right.
And then we create a generation of people who don't understand that it is actually okay to do this, right?
Yeah.
To sit and have a conversation and have differing views so that we can grow, so that I can be exposed to thought processes that are different than mine.
Yeah.
So then as a community, we're not separated because, you believe that and I believe this, and because we believe different. I mean, it's not by accident.
I like to expose myself, like, as many YouTube videos as I could watch about things that intrigue me.
Yeah.
I also, in the midst of that, is going to send you stuff that I don't want nothing to do with.
Right.
But I've challenged myself over the past, a long time. I think even with rappers that you've seen me with or around or whatever, you know, there's been a lot of times where, you know, you get to a certain point in your life, you look back, if I could do that again, I probably wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about nobody in particular.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
that's a life thing.
You go through life, and I used to hoop with this dude, but it's trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just as an individual.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you were trying to be tolerant of everybody and allow everybody to be here. And you can't always do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that if you spend too much time on social media, you'll end up taking in different ideas that it's taking you off track of what you should be thinking about and what you could be thinking about.
Yeah,
and it's probably, I'm the type of person I can admit I don't need to be on social media because I want to argue with people, but I'm not going to waste my time arguing with you.
Right.
So now I'm just holding this literally because I just read something that didn't make no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it don't even got to be nothing serious, man. You can just say something bad about Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, say something bad about MJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me Tupac was anything but the GOAT. I don't care if he was the best rapper.
Right.
Just say anything bad about Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that.
But then you have the awareness, you have the maturity to know, okay, I'm punching out. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, man, I'll be off like 100 days at a time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 days at a time. Like, I don't want attention like that. You know what I mean? I think I just told somebody, like, yo, bro, if I could have a career and I could just be like MF Doom
bruh,
and wear a mask
bruh,
and send somebody else and just make the songs and just let them be on stage and let them be me. Yes. Give me my money.
And again, though, bro, it's funny that you say that because I feel like to a certain degree, not that you do that, but okay, so there's a certain formula as a creative where I create art, and then I want to put this art out for people to absorb, do what they feel inspired to do with this art that I've created. As a part of that, maybe I want to tap in and see how are people receiving that art that I create.
Right.
But you seem like that kind of guy. My perception from the outside is, I created this art. I'm gonna put it out, and then I'm going to live life. Like, it's out there.
I think that before the pandemic, I was much more so. It's interesting, man. My homeboy the Ryder guy back at home, he had told me that, bro, what makes you great is that you haven't. Because I was talking to him and he called me to talk about. By the way, you asked me about the Kendrick album. I think it's dope. I think it's trill.
Yeah.
And it don't sound nothing like what I'm working on, so I'm super happy about it. I love it. I love it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It don't sound nothing like what I'm working on.
What's up?
It
Okay.
don't nothing sound like what I'm working on.
Okay.
So I love it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we were talking and I was like, well, you know, bro, I've never been on a record label.
Yeah.
Well, I was. And Bush, no.
Yeah.
But that was about 30 days. I've never been on a record label. I've never had a manager. I've never had just a support system. I haven't had anybody give me money or put a battery in my back.
Right.
Pretty much, it's like I came out here to Portland in 2008. I was 21. I didn't have no money. I didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
It was like you dropped off Rambo in Beaverton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had my Bowie knife in my backpack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My little brother gave me his old iPod. I ain't never had an iPod before that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's this slow progression of figuring out who you are. And then also, I'm like really out here working a job, taking care of myself at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
So by the time I turned 25, that's when I actually started to network and meet people. That's when I put out My Beautiful Ugly.
Okay.
So that was a time when I was like, I put out a project and now I'm in everybody's face all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pandemic happened. And like when it happened, it was like I needed a break from life and people and stuff. So like I welcomed it because I'm an only child. So like I'm fine being by myself for extended periods of time. You know what I'm saying? I moved out here by myself.
Right.
So that first 2 or 3 years, I was pretty much on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had girls, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I didn't have no friends like that.
Right.
So, you know, I think it's more that, like, you know, in high school, I was the one that was putting out music on a regular basis. We had a cat named Alvin States and Wax. and they was making beats for everybody in town.
Yeah.
So they ended up making a song called I Fly So High, and everybody at school was talking about it because it was like 4 or 5 guys that knew people, and everybody knew the song. Yeah. And I was jealous, bro, because I wasn't ever around when they was making these songs, bro. When I'm going to get on the song, everybody know, bro. Right. So I started going over there all the time. And his mom and daddy love me. Like, they had pictures up on me in their house. Mm-hmm. So I'm going over there, and I learned how to use the equipment, and I learned how to not make beats, but I learned how to program the beats myself. Yeah. So this is when I'm 16. Yeah. So I'm going to I go over there, I go through the beat machine, the MPC, find a beat I like, pull it up, figure out what all the buttons are. I break the beat down in the 16s. Nobody showed me how to do it. I just watched them do it and just turned around and did it. Yeah. So break it down, put it into the computer, put it into the program, put it on loop, write the song, record myself, mix it down, bounce it to a CD, leave out of there with a song. Okay. And after a while, I ended up having more songs than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got a whole project now, and that's how I did my first project when I was 15, 16. Yeah. And I did an EP before that when I was 14. Yeah. And I just always just did music. I wasn't even thinking about what people was thinking about it. Right. Like, I knew people liked it because they was buying it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'd burn them, go to the barbershop. My barber loved me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there. I know I'm a kid. I'm taking advantage of adults. Yeah. I'm charging them $10. I'm charging kids $5. Right. You got money. You got a job. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I made some money doing that, and I was like, oh, wow, I got a knack for this. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I think that the older I got out here, I finally got my own equipment from having, you know, run-ins with producers, run-ins with people with their own stuff. And people just, you know, music people are weird, right? Mm-hmm. So when I got out here, I got my own stuff, got my own setup. Mm-hmm. And that's when I realized, okay, well, if you want people to hear this, then you need a network. Mm-hmm. You start networking, and you meet a guy. Oh, yeah, he's doing shows all the time. Mm-hmm. So you get on stage with this guy, Cloudy October, and he actually showed me how to perform. You know what I mean? I was his hype man for like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm doing all these shows, and he was doing festivals and doing all the stuff. That was the first time I did PDX Pop, was with Cloudy October. Okay. Like when they started the street line, the street rail, we did they had a street rail festival. We performed on the street rail. Okay. Bastille Day festivals. Like we just did a bunch of stuff. We traveled, and that's why I learned to stop being afraid on stage to like laugh at my mistakes. I thought, like Tyrone said, you want to be perfect. So I learned to laugh at my mistakes. So you learn how to perform. Then you got to learn how to talk to the media. Then you got to learn, and it's just constant process. Right. So right now, you know, I had an opportunity to slip through my fingers because I wasn't ready for it. He told me to get ready for it, but I was so busy doing other things that I didn't get ready for it. And I accept that. I'm not mad about it at all. But it would have been a great opportunity, and we'd be talking about that right now if I had done that. Got you. You know what I'm saying? Got you. So I'm in a space now where it's like, okay, you need to learn how to do this, and you need to learn how to do this, because you should have had this the whole time. But that's not something that artists learn. So, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, though, and again, I think this goes back to conversations that I've had with you before, even in public forums like podcasts and things. You seem to be very comfortable with being human. You know what I mean? Like oftentimes we come across as, like you said, trying to be perfect. And if I am of a certain status, or if people see me as being of a certain status, I'm not allowed to make mistakes. Right. But how many times in this conversation have you said things like that? Yeah. You're still a work in progress. You recognize that. I mean, and that's refreshing. It's also very human. Yeah. And then it's kind of silly that like that's something that I want to point out and recognize, because that's not the norm. You know what I mean? And it should be. As a human being, it should be.
When I moved here, I could have changed my name. I could have been anybody I wanted to be. Yeah. And I tried to. That's what's crazy about it. I tried, bro. Yeah. Like it's a girl out there right now that's gonna see me and call me Ace. Okay. You know what I mean? You out there somewhere. You know what I mean? When she see me around, Ace says it. Who?
Yeah.
That ain't me, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
That ain't me, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I tried, and then I landed on using my real name.
Yeah.
So, and I think I'm also just, I've seen a lot of people turn into somebody different that I know. I've just seen a lot of them change into somebody different because other people see them as somebody different. And that's what they wanted out of the situation. You know, like
buying into the hype?
I think buying to the hype, but like you just really just playing dress up. And you playing and like you playing pretend, and like as an adult you still playing dress up.
Got you.
So like, you know, like I heard Bun B say on an interview, he said, it's some people that's in the business that they doing the same thing now that they was doing in 95, 94, 95. And you start to realize that different people are in the business for different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And a lot of people get taken advantage of trying to be somebody that they're not. So like I've had people try to take advantage of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had people try to, you know, put a whole bunch of diamonds and money in my hand and take my picture like it's mine. So they could promote me like that.
Got you. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally $100,000 worth of diamonds in my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I've had people just want me to do ridiculous stuff that ain't me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I just feel like it's better. Just overall, I could look back and be like, yeah, it took a while, but when I actually got my due, it was very well deserved, and it was built on a foundation of truth.
It's funny that you say that because it was one of the things I wanted to just touch on for a minute. In terms of image, whether it be the image that we choose to put forth for people to see,
right,
or whether it be the image that people try to create for us,
right,
for their purposes. It feels like you've been able to navigate that well. So I'm driving. I don't know where I was coming across the bridge. I was coming across the bridge and driving, and I look and I see big old billboard for advertisement for Apple, I think. And I mean, it's big enough I couldn't not see it. You feel me? And I was like, "Yo, that's Rasheed." So you've been on that on that stage before, like throughout your journey. That's the biggest that I've seen it.
Yeah.
But in terms of utilizing your skill set of people capturing your image, that's been a part of your journey. But it also seems to be very purposeful, very controlled, very mindful versus here, let me just jump on this opportunity.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That was like I make some really good mistakes, brother.
Right.
I made some excellent
if
mistakes.
You're gonna do it, right?
Yeah. Like that was like magical. So I was doing a photo shoot with Jermaine, Rose Leon.
Okay.
And we met up at Tips on Failing, and you know Anthony runs Tips on Failing.
Okay.
And so we met at Anthony's place, and we're in there just kind of thinking ideas what we want to do for the day.
Yeah.
And Anthony comes out and says, "Yeah, man, I just got this new Impala, new 6'4" Impala. Man, it's tight, it's dope." Yeah. Like, he was juiced because he just got it. Like that was his baby. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yeah, y'all want to see it?" Yeah, man. Like, ooh, this is crazy. The interior is crazy. Okay, you got the matte black. It's crazy.
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, what y'all about to do?" "We about to do a shoot." "Yeah, man, I want to use this, you know what I'm saying, for people with shoots and stuff like that. Like, this is going to be the prop, bro. Everybody going to do shoots with this."
Right.
Word, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all want to ride? Hell yeah. Come on.
Right.
So we go under the bridge, and he's snapping photos. He had like an early iPhone, I think 12. He had the early iPhone 12. And I didn't know at the time, but they had sent him the iPhone 12 and him and these other photographers to just take pictures with it.
Yeah.
So like this is like right before it dropped that he had it.
Okay.
And so Jay is doing the shoot, and that was literally just, we did an actual shoot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like me and Anthony got together a different day and did a whole shoot.
Yeah.
And like I recreated the Steve Jobs photo. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Apple. I recreated the Steve Jobs photo with the turtleneck. I came in there with a turtleneck on, and I did this, and I shaved. Like I didn't shave either.
Yeah.
I left my joint
Yeah.
just around the same length as his.
Yeah.
And I came in there, had my hair back, and
Yeah.
I did the pose.
Yeah.
I was trying to redo the Steve. I'm like, man, put Black Steve Jobs up there.
There you go.
Man.
There you
we got
go.
the same personality type.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, ENTJs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. But they ended up picking that one. It was like a behind the scenes photo from the other shoot.
Yeah.
So it was an
Yeah.
accident, but
Yeah.
it happened, and I was thankful for it, and it was amazing.
That's what's
So,
up.
you know what I'm saying? It was truly amazing. And then at the same time, you know, they had my picture up over there in Mississippi. And it's been there for like 5 years.
That's so crazy.
You know what I
bro.
mean? Like
That's
this
so crazy.
beautiful painting
Yeah.
that Alexandria did. Alexandria Becker Black. And yeah, man, it's been cool. Like when Todd had Yanagita going, I did a lot of his stuff.
I remember that.
And that's what I wanted to do when I got here.
Yeah.
Because my dad passed away. I didn't want to rap no more.
Yeah.
I wanted to model.
Yeah.
But I didn't have abs
Yeah.
then like I do now. Yeah, man. They told me, go work on your abs.
That's
No,
crazy, bro. Yeah, yeah.
It hurt, bro.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? My abs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right. And I never went, I stopped that modeling thing because it was too, I ain't have thick enough skin for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I was able to do that in a different way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that was something that I wanted to do, like
Yeah.
model. So not so much anymore.
Yeah.
I see what their world is like.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of, you got to have a different type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
I just think it's dope that your journey, you've been able to share parts of your journey through your creative process, and I just want to say, thank you for allowing me to be on the journey with you.
Yeah.
And share and sort of share that ride with you. It's
There's
been
a
really
video
dope.
of our first interview on the internet.
Is there really?
Yeah. My hair was mad short too.
Okay, I gotta go.
Because
Find
my hair's
that.
down here now, and it was here.
Okay.
It was here then.
Okay.
And like I don't think
That's what's up.
I think I was still doing it myself at the time. But yeah, that when X-Ray was over there off of
When it was KZ and me, or when it was X-Ray.
it was X-Ray, but it was off of off of
The
MLK.
first spot. Yeah.
Yeah, in that little bitty spot.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, that's on the
That's
internet.
crazy,
It's not on my
dude.
YouTube page, but that's on the internet somewhere.
Okay, I gotta go find that
Yeah.
and tag it up. Okay, so like I said, bro, one of the dope things about doing Klyph Notes Live and building this platform is that I wanted to be able, everything, the radio show, the podcast, it's really about giving people an opportunity to really see the artists that I believe in. And the live version gives people a chance to do that sort of, it's like the next level. So we have some people in the building, if we can do like a little Q&A right quick.
Yeah,
if
let's
people
do it.
have any questions for Rasheed. Okay.
I know a lot of artists and entrepreneurs, they're so creative, there are times when you get that creative block.
Mm-hmm.
You get in this dark place where you're just like, everything, all the extra noise gets in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you can't focus on anything that matters. How do you get yourself out of that? Or you recognize that you're in it?
That's a really good question. That's such a thoughtful question. That's like one of the most thoughtful questions ever, honestly. Yeah, man, I feel like I get there. I put myself there whenever I don't just follow through on what I need to do. So, like, I've come to find the best way for me to get past a writer's block, if I really feel like it's there, is to find something that I actually like and write a song. Or, like doing sync records for people. I end up writing to a lot of stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
And I write a lot of songs I don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
And people be like, oh, man, this is hot, man. I love it, man. Yeah, man. So, I'm not making this up, bro. Like, it's some joints where it's like, I hate myself for writing them. You know what I mean? But like, it's fun too, though.
Yeah.
Because I get to change my voice. I make up names.
Yeah.
This is who wrote this song.
Right.
Put this person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got the same bank account number.
Right.
You-
Right. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But like, I also get to, pretty much what I'm saying, I do a bunch of silly stuff. You know what I mean? So like, if I find myself with writer's block, I might find a bunch of beats and I'll just like be in the car freestyling to everything. Like I'll just find something that I like and come up with something that I like. And normally once I sit down and start to write, everything comes out. I had writer's block, severe writer's block, back in 2011, and I met this acting instructor in a bar. And I think she was flirting with me, man. I just didn't realize it. You know what I mean? Because she tried to give me this Louis Armstrong record that she just bought. And I didn't take it, you know. But she told me that, you know, something that she tells her students. She said, you know, there's no such thing as writer's block. So what you want to do to get rid of writer's block is journal. So every night before you go to bed for 10 minutes, 10 minutes, just write. Don't worry about punctuation. Don't worry about anything. When you get up in the morning, do the same thing. Before you go to bed, do that for a week. And at the end of the week, you can go back, and that's everything that's been on your mind. So I tried that for one night, and I just kept writing. And I wrote like 18 songs in a week.
Wow.
So it wasn't really a block. And I tend to write in spurts anyway. So like, you know, my good friend Duke, you know, something he would, you know, something he used to do, he would say, hey, bro, you need to go to the studio, fam. You're tripping. You start getting irritable, start getting testy, start getting, hey, man, you need to go to the studio, bro. You tripping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's just like a friend that's damn near like a cousin at that point who just kind of sees, hey, man, you need to go get whatever you got in your system out of your system.
Right.
And I think it's more of that, you know what I mean? I haven't really had that as much lately, you know. I've been really focused on saying what I want to say lately. Like, I just really want to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
At this point, and there's just not a lot. I don't really want to deviate from that right now.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah.
With what I'm working on.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of perfecting something right now in this project that I'm working on. And, you know, I'm just hoping to really present something that stands out from other stuff that I've done.
Oh, wow. I'm
You
intrigued.
know what I mean?
I'm intrigued. Okay. So then before we get up out of here then, I just have to ask you about that. In terms of, you know, just the question I'm always going to ask artists, like, when are we going to get a chance to, you know, experience what you're working on?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if they actually mess the world up, man, I'm going to be mad if I don't do it this summer. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I really don't want to put it out this summer.
Okay.
So, like, I'm not really sure,
Okay.
you know. I think I wrote, just to wrap it up really fast, I wrote like 4 projects over the past couple years.
I believe it. I believe it.
And last year, I made it a goal. I was like, you know, I don't have a lot of collaborations, a lot of features. I want to do more features with more artists.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I did songs with over 25 people last year, 25, 30 people last year.
That is different from what we've seen from you in the past.
So, like, I just started, like, working with people. So, like, I got songs with Farnell. I got songs with, I got a few songs with Tyrone.
Okay.
I got a few songs with Brown Charlie, Sam Eisenmeyer. I've done quite a bit of music.
Okay.
Recently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I would have thought Rambo Rich.
Yeah.
So like I put out
And y'all just released something.
Yeah. He just put something out. I did something with Jay Jerry. I did something with Marcus Apollo, produce. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I've you know, stuff has been coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just not famous. You know?
We're gonna work on that.
I'm for my own joint, like I mean, I really like it. I haven't let nobody hear it.
Okay.
Maybe my DJ.
Yeah.
But nobody's heard any of it. But like I'm so excited for people to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely performing most of those songs on the 18th,
Okay.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, let's get that out. Let people know about that.
Yeah, so I believe I'm opening up. I don't know who else is, but I'm opening up for Jay Electronica, which is dope.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool to see him live.
Yep.
So like I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
We're gonna tear it down for sure.
That's what's up. So, before I let you go, bro, I have to ask if you would let people know how to tap in because things that you do share on your social, I think are very interesting and, like I said, oftentimes thought provoking. And I want to encourage people to just tap into that. So, where can people connect?
Yeah, you can find me at RasheedJamal.wave on Instagram. RasheedJamal.com is going to be back up. Hopefully before Juneteenth.
Nice.
I really made a conscious decision to step away from social media, and it's been a good choice. You know what I mean? So like, I really don't spend a lot of time on there.
Yeah.
Just because you can't filter out everything else you're gonna see on there.
Right.
So, Rasheed Jamal Music at gmail.com. Hit me up.
There it is.
But then also, RasheedJamal.com will be back up. You can also find RasheedJamal.bandcamp.com. Got a discography on there. I think of about 10 projects.
Word.
You can catch up on. And I got more music coming out soon.
Excited for
sure.
that, bro. Excited, brother, man.
I want to thank y'all for having me.
Come on, man. Come on,
I'm
bro.
saying you and DJ
Come on,
Ambush.
bro. It's always dope. Great conversations. I'm already excited about doing it again because I want to get into some of the transition that you've made when it comes to licensing, because that's a big part of your journey. So we're gonna do that next time.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not an expert on that yet. So yeah, ask me later.
Okay, all right, that's perfect. All right, before we get up out of here, man, I just want to once again say thank you to the people who support what we do, man. It's been so dope to be able to be a part of this situation with Klyph Notes Live, man. Big ups to Rasheed Jamal for his art, for his creativity, for his openness and sharing. Definitely appreciate you, brother. Big ups to my guy DJ Ambush for holding me down with the Klyph Notes Live situation here. Shout out to the Numberz for their continued support of Klyph Notes. Check us out, man. The Numberz with a Z, 96.7 FM, Portland, Oregon. The Numberz with a Z.FM. You can check out the rhythm on the Numberz every weekday at 3 p.m. where you get to hear joints from artists like Rasheed Jamal Monday through Friday. Big ups to X-Ray FM for also being a supporter. You can check out X-Ray FM at 107.1 and 91.1 FM in Portland, Oregon. Check out Welcome to the Neighborhood every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 to 10, 2 hours of just some of the best music coming out of Portland. Shout out to Acapella Apparel. My guy DJ Renz and Acapella Apparel, who have been supporters of the Klyph Notes podcast for years, man. Such a dope brand, local brand. Great gear, man. Just tap in, get yourself some gear. AKEPELE.com. Also check out DJ Renz on social media and see some of the stuff that he's doing, like the Soulful Sunday situation at Alberta Street Pub with Tyrone Hendricks, my guy. Thank you for being in the building. Shout out to the 5-7 Collective. It's so dope to be a part of creatives, man. Check out Klyph Notes everywhere you listen to your podcast, everywhere you listen to audio. Also check us out at klyphnotes.com. Once again, thank y'all so much for tapping in. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Love you. God bless. Until we have an opportunity to do this again. Peace.